Going on, guys? Welcome. It is Saturday, and are you guys ready for the bull run to finally start closing in? Huh? You guys ready? And I apologize. I see a bunch of you guys were waiting for the live stream, and I'm from Canada, so I started on time, so I'm still saying I'm sorry for starting on time. I should have started earlier. I'm just bugging everyone. What's going on? What's happening? Scrolling on up here. Let's see what we got here in the old live chat here. I do see you over there, Scafer. What's going on? It's been a great 9 months. Awesome. Are you back from your vacation now? You back? You done your trip? Had fun? Everything's relaxed, calm, and now you can get into the crypto roller coaster time and be all stressed out again? I'm just joking. Anyway, I do see Zapire. What is happening? Wayne Mining. What's going down there? Ogre MGTOW. Frank B. Zagatti. John Babcock. Is that Babcock? Yeah, that's Babcock. Grey Wolf. Rudy Dupe Chanel. Squirrel Master, what's going on? Scrolling through, what is that? Vindel Greco? Afternoon humans. Humans. Oh, awesome. Oh, we do have Budweiser. Nice. Good stuff there. Keith Henninger, what's going on? Travelers. Rudy Dupe Chanel again. Scrolling on. What is that? Sticky Ricky 2050. What is happening here? J-Rod D. What's going on? Wayne Mining. Mike Vega. First time 13. Just looking around in the house. Zeph lives again. Yeah, we're seeing some action coming in from Zeph. So that's awesome. Let's see what happens with that moving forward. Mike Medclaff. What's going down here? Scrolling through. And it just jumped on me. I don't see the one and only Rod Potts. Where's he hiding today? What's going on? His nuclear power plant probably is melting or something. I see Mindsum 10 is there. Mindsum did do a face reveal, everyone. Did everyone check out Mindsum's latest video where he did that interview? So check it out if you haven't. Darren Braggs, what's going on? What do we got here? That other Gamer 5. What's up, Rabid? Not too much. What's not too much? So yeah, things are looking, well, it all depends on your perspective and point of view. Obviously, everyone has different perspectives and point of views. It's still kind of rough on, I guess, mining side of GPUs. Even CPUs are looking kind of rough here. But let's just take a quick look at what things are kind of looking like. Coming in the GPU side of things, this is at 12-cent power. 4090 is down to only 83-cent profit here. $1.73 in revenue. If you have like free power, obviously a lot cheaper than 12, then this is going to be a lot better here. ROI on a 4090 is currently saying 1,661 days, so crazy. But yeah, scrolling on down now, most common GPUs are 3070s. Let's take a look at that. It's only 7 cents on a Leo, guys. 7 cents. That's still looking pretty rough here. We have an ROI of over 5,000 days. So what does that mean? What are they actually pricing this? It says Amazon. I don't know what Amazon is listing 3070s for, so I'm just going to go in my calculator on my phone here. 5145. I'm going to times that by 0.07. So about $360. Is that about right? Is that what you guys are seeing 3070s for? Around $360. Now I imagine it might be cheaper. That's USD. I think they're around $400 to $500 Canadian in the used market. So that's probably around $250 to $300 USD. But I guess pretty close to what it is saying. So, you know, just because something is cheaper doesn't mean it's a good idea. You know, this is another thing where I'm thinking about, you know, revamping. Obviously, I want to mine on GPUs. It's been rough for the past 3 years on GPUs, but no, I'm still thinking 5090s and stuff, even though, yes, they're going to be expensive. I'd rather have a GPU that makes money than a whole bunch of cheap GPUs that don't make money. Does that kind of make sense to you guys? You know, it kind of makes sense to me. And on top of that, obviously, not only can you do crypto on those big beasts coming, you're probably going to get pretty high revenue when it comes to rentals and stuff as well, which lower GPUs aren't really going to see. So there's a lot more versatility with that a lot higher price tag, but I think that's probably the way we're shifting. It's going to time to start updating our farms, especially when it comes to GPUs, but it's just looking kind of rough here. I don't know what they have for the CPUs here. I don't think any of their numbers are that accurate on hash rate. Zeph is taking the line. Just before the stream, I was actually showing Verus hash was taking it, but now it's looking like Zeph is. It's still not that hot here. Obviously, a 7950 X3D is only 86 cents free power. 51-cent profit, though, because they don't use that much power. So that's a bonus on there. But what are they saying for hash rate? So 22.5, that's about right. 120 watts. We're using a little bit more power, I do believe. What do we got? What CPU is this? What do you guys remember what I just clicked on? What did I click on? 7950X3D. So I just want to look at my numbers quick here. 7950X3D. So if I put in here, go random X 7950X3D. So I got about 21. Yeah, I got 21.4 kilohash here at about 141 watts. Now you can boost this a little bit with some RAM tweaking. You can get about 22, 23 kilohash out of this if you really get some rock solid RAM timings on your RAM. I never really tweaked my RAM too much, obviously, as you guys have seen. I just pretty much XMP and go. But I am getting 21.4 at 141, and this is saying only 120. So we are using an extra 21 watts, which isn't that much, but you start stacking rigs, it definitely starts adding up as well. I'm about a kilohash less. So, you know, take that with any type. It's decent. It's a nice, you know, standard to say, hey, you know what, this is actually looking decent, but it's not 100% there. So yeah, great stuff. Coming to the GPUs here. One thing I'm really excited about, though, look at this. Look at the L9 is cranking up in profitabilities. It's slowly creeping up the list. It never used to be in the list for a while, and then it was in the list, and it's slowly coming up, obviously, because of our good friend, Dogecoin. And as these profitability does start popping up here, we're going to start seeing them probably start to increase in price. We'll look at that in a minute, but let's look at Dogecoin here. Look at Doge coming in. Past 7 days here, just it's nice. Isn't that looking nice? You guys excited for this? Obviously, it's only 14 cents. We really needed to do something at least this again. You know, 58 cents to $1 would be freaking awesome. But I don't know if it's going to hit $1. Do you guys think a Dogecoin could hit $1? It's maybe only a couple Elon Musk tweets away, but you know, I don't know if it'll go to $1. You know, hopefully 60 to 65 cents. I think would be a pretty freaking wicked high right now, but for the most part, you know, it pumps like crazy, and then it literally just dumps down to next to nothing here. But, you know, it's seeing some nice gain. It's looking pretty solid over the past week here, and we're just going to have to wait to see what this actually finally does do. And that leads me into this. I just want to come into Miner Bros here and just have a quick peek-see at this guy right here. And let's just punch in the L9. L9. There we go. Where we are. Okay, so in stock currently right now, and this is shipping to your door, guys. The 16 gigahash version, which that's the one. Yeah, I got the 16 gigahash. It's actually averaging around 16 and a half gigahash, so almost 17 there over 24 hours. It's sitting at $10,399. It's already down. When I got mine, it was a little over $12,000. So current batch is at $10,399 with shipping to your door, like $20 for import fees. It's super cheap here coming from Miner Bros. November batch is down to $8,849. December batch is down to $8,149, and January batch is just $7,000. Now, this is the part that, you know, we don't want to get tricked in. I think you might be safe waiting for, you know, November batch should be decent. December batch should be okay as well. I even want to say January may be safe as well, but it's really hard to say. If Doge does continue to keep moving up the way it is, we're going to start to see these prices moving up. And eventually we could see this miner selling. Like if Dogecoin does peak again, if it starts blowing past probably the 35 to 40 cent mark, we're going to see this miner start to go to possibly $15,000 to $20,000 plus for miner prices here. So I do think November and December may be a safe bet. January is up in the air. They may start to creep it up depending on Dogecoin price. It may end up, you know, it may end up around 8,000 still and stuff. But again, I don't know. But eventually this miner will start exploding when it comes to price of Dogecoin as it's peaking up, because all that money is in Dogecoin. And one thing I wanted to look at as well, I see people talking about Gold Shell's latest miner. What is that? DG1M. I didn't run the numbers yet, but I want to run it right now just to see how well that does. And script miners, guys, you know, obviously they're expensive, and you know, if you have the money, then you could do it. I'm not trying to push a miner on you guys, but I'm just saying when it comes to any ASIC miner, as we see with Kaspa and Lithium, they could see big price pumps, obviously, but their networks can't support that much, especially Kaspa and its emissions. It is dying fast. Next bear market, I don't think any of us will ever be talking or even mining Kaspa again, because there's not going to be any emissions. We're also going to have 10 blocks per second, which the only point is everyone's pumping, oh, it's going to be a faster blockchain. Kaspa's going to be going to the moon with 10 blocks per second. It's not going to help us as a miner at all. What the 10 blocks per second does is doesn't make magical transactions 10 times faster. It's not happening. Confirmations, exact same speed. You know, emissions, exactly the same. All the 10 blocks per second really does is keep the transaction fees down, which is really all what's really helping us for KRC20 tokens is that increased gas fees of that. But it's currently at 1 block per second. 10 blocks per second implemented, we won't really see higher block rewards because, you know, so many blocks happening within that 1 second is going to keep the fees low. And that's good for the blockchain. That's good for solid growth and everything. But as on the miner side, that sucks. And I do think personally, Kaspa is really it's going to turn into one of the most centralized chains unless that price, you know, explodes to unheard of amounts, which, you know, it's crypto and it's possible if it becomes the next big thing. Right now, it still has to prove itself to us, not just listen to the maxis saying how great it is. But I really think that possibly by next bear market, all the home miners, all of us will just shut off. It's not going to be dishing out any money at all. It's going to be a waste of power. Even if you have like 5 cent power, it might not even be worth mining here. You know, Marathon Digital might be 100% Kaspa and no one else at that point. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Anyway, I want to look at the Doge right here, EDG1M. I just want to take a look at its numbers here. So this thing is 3.4 gigahash at 1800 watts. All right, so that's actually that's not that great either. So if you think about the new alpha packs that's releasing here, what is that thing? 2 gigahash at 600 watts. So in theory, 2 alpha packs that are releasing here, the home quiet miner, you'd get 4 gigahash for 1200 watts. We're already seeing this thing's not looking that good. You know, yeah, it's a nice, more update. I bet you it's probably the same efficiencies as their mini Doge 3 pluses and stuff. But I want to run this. So I just want to come in 3.4 gigahash, 1800 watts. Now, where's all my Doge stuff? Doge miners. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them coming out. So I'm just going to put in another row here. So what's this thing called? Oh, do I have DG1M? Oh, I already have this thing in here. I guess I ran some numbers already. We don't have a price on it yet. So megahash per watt is 1.88 and 2.31. 1.88. Do they have different versions? What is this? 2.6 low power mode. Okay, where's... Okay, 3.4, 2.6. Is that what I got in there? Okay, that's what I got here. So 1.88. Where's my actual one? Do I have one that's set up like my... I don't have one like my Kaspa ASICs and stuff. Darn it, this one looks kind of dumb. Anyway, so let's just take a look here. All right, so it already looks horrible. So the Mini Doge 3 Plus on low power mode at 617 and 297 is more efficient. 207. Well, that's low power mode, so plus 157. So it is a slight bit a boost in efficiency over the Mini Doge 3 Pluses, but it's not touching an L9. Like an L9 is over double the efficiency here. Does it have a price on this thing? What is the price? They have a listing, $2019. So $2019. So I just want to see here now. I don't have a thing set up, so I just want to put $2019 beside it. $2019. Let's take a look at this gold shell. You guys can't really see that because screen's all messed up. So now let's just divide this here to see how much it is. So 2019 divided by, I guess 3,400 is 0.59. Is that right? Or am I doing it the wrong way? 3,400 divided by 2019, $1.68. $1.68 here. So 1.68. So you're getting $1.68 per gigahash is what you're paying for this. Now the L9 currently, let's just take this one now. And so what is it? We're going to go 16 gigahash. So 16,000 divided by, what did we see? Do I still have it here? Oh, I don't have it here. What was Miner Bros price again? Miner Bros Look at the L9 now for price. L9. Search. So 10,399. 10,399. $1.53. It's actually okay. So the L9 is actually cheaper. All right. So here we're kind of looking at the prices here. Gold Shells miner is $1.68 per mega hash, I guess, is what you're paying for this. And the L9 is only $1.53. Obviously, cheaper is better. So the L9 is cheaper for the price and over double the efficiency of Gold Shell's latest miner, which is, again, Gold Shell is charging more for their miner, which, you know, performs the least amount out of all the miners out there, which is pretty sad. Pretty sad here. Here is Alpha Packs is here at 2 gigahash, 600 watts, $3.33. We did see that they just announced that price of $15.99. Now, for some reason, other websites, they have it listed for even cheaper than this. So I don't know what's happening there. I'm going to check out Miner Bros, see what they have it listed at. But let's take a look at this price now compared to Gold Shells. So let's just come in and we're going to go $15.99 divided by, is that right? I don't know if I did that one right. Am I doing it backwards? There. $15.99. $1.25. That's even cheaper. Yeah, okay. So this is so that's actually even cheaper than the other one. So this is definitely looking like a better buy here. So I can put that there, $15.99. So here we go. And this makes a lot more sense. This is a lot better pricing than what Gold Shell is definitely doing. So this is coming in at only $1.25 per mega hash per se here at $15.99. And you're getting a 2 gigahash miner at 600 watts as a home miner, which makes sense. You know, Gold Shell, Bitmain should be a little bit more expensive because it's a top of the line miner. The efficiency is top notch, and that's pretty much what you need, especially for long-term bear market mining and stuff. And Script usually sees updates for their miners every 3 to 4 years. So, you know, it's expected that the best miner should cost a little bit more, but Gold Shell is coming in with the worst miner inefficiencies versus these two miners, the L9 and the Alpha Packs, but they're charging the most amount for hash rate, which again puts Gold Shell at the worst miner you could buy with your money. Like, I don't know what they're doing here. They must have financial people to work these types of numbers out or something, don't they? Wouldn't you think they would have somebody in there that would figure it out? Like, okay, guys, our efficiency sucks. Our hash rate isn't that great, but we're going to charge the most for it because people will buy it because we're going to dedicate this to home miners. Well, new people are emerging. We have Ice River competing. They're going to wipe out Gold Shell with all their little RX zeros and KS zero ultras and stuff like that. Gold Shell can't compete with that. And now we have Alpha Packs coming in here that's blowing them away for Dogecoin. So yeah, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy to think about. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? Those are the numbers currently, and I'll try to look more in depth and try and make a better spreadsheet for that. But Gold Shell, as usual, is failing. And I brought this up because people in my Discord are actually talking about, I don't have it brought up here, but they're asking, you know, I wonder if Gold Shell's any good. I just ordered one of these from Gold Shell. Did I waste my money? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't run the numbers yet. So I was like, you know what? Maybe we should run those numbers in the stream to see what it looks like. And yeah, it's definitely looking like don't buy anything from Gold Shell. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Absolutely nothing. That's absolutely crazy. For month or 60 there, don't know what it is now, but it's worth every penny. Locals, not Discord, and not new coins every month. What do we got here? Well, himself said on interview with Andy, there were a point when they would get 2 or 3 new coins in 1 month and they would mine it and dump it as soon as exchange. Gold Shell isn't worth it. Going to be obsolete soon. Yeah, Gold Shell's been obsolete for a little while, but now that they're actually getting competition, it's pretty crazy there. Rabid, what's your under 2K script miner choice? Under 2K? Well, obviously, looking at these numbers right now, I would probably have to go with the Alpha Packs here at, $15.99 if you're looking for a home miner. Obviously, for 2K or under, Alpha Packs is probably a great deal. Now, there's still the up in the air guys here of those unknown hash blades, which does sound like testing models will be going out sometime next month or the following month. That's still up in the air. It's really sounding like they're pushing that they're releasing, but we don't know if they're actually releasing. Now, if those things release, they are going to be an absolute dominant factor when it comes to efficiency, but we don't know if they're actually coming or not yet. That is a huge up in the air thing right now when it comes to script, is we don't know about the hash blades, if they're coming or not. Right now, I would say I would just play the safe bet. Alpha Packs looks like a good way to go. Now let's see. I want to see if Miner Bros has them here. I imagine they should have them listed. Yeah, right here. DG1 Home. Oh, sold out, so they don't have it yet. Or you know, they just posted the listing. Now they have it at $17.99. It's probably going to go up. Actually, no, that's about right. $15.99 and $17.99. I think this is actually going to drop on Miner Bros eventually, but remember, this is also calculated with shipping fees and everything as well. So the price would be a little bit more than what, you know, Gold Shell and stuff put. Another thing with Gold Shell we have to put in mind, this is their price right here. You still have to calculate shipping and import fees on top of this. So this is probably going to be an extra possibly $500 on top of this price right here, which is why, you know, coming to something like this, it's definitely looking, you know, it is cheaper doing it the way Miner Bros does do it, guys. And links are in the description if you're looking for that. Rabid's video topics. How can I shit on Gold Shell today? No, it's not. I was just curious. I wanted to run the numbers because that's what it's about. It's about the numbers. For me as a home crypto miner that's limited on power. See, that's a lot of people don't realize. Like, this is my channel, obviously. I go through my crypto journey and what I do. And unlike other people, you know, like we have Panda, he has crap ton of power and he has decently priced power. He's over 400 amps there, rocking away. He can turn on so much hardware. I'm stuck with 100 amps on my entire house. That's it, 100 amps. And my power is not the cheapest. Well, it's decent. I am around 11.5 to 12 cent power, depending what I turn on and stuff. I probably could dip into the 13 cent power. If I had everything going flat out, maxed out at like 12,000 watts, which is slightly over the 80% rule, where you should be running about 5,700 watts on my 230 amps I have set up there. But the point here is, you know, I'm limited to the amount of power I can use. So efficiency definitely matters. And when looking at efficiency, then, you know, that means how many miners I can turn on. You want to get the most amount of hash rate as a home miner for as cheap as possible. Sure, the miners might cost a bit more, but long-term mining, the efficiency is key. That's why I don't care about how cheap a GPU is. If it's not making me anything, and especially, you know, uses a decent amount of power to stack all that hardware, I'd rather go with a couple more expensive GPUs and run at a lot more efficiency. Like, there's so many countless times I'm like, yes, GPU mining is awesome. I turn on a Leo, you know, I turn on, you know, some of the other core algorithm coins and stuff. My Octa miner's doing like, say, 2 gigahash, and then with 12 GPUs in it, and then my single 4090 comes in at freaking, you know, 1.5 gigahash, which is almost as much as 12 GPUs, and it's using only 300 watts where I'm using over 1,100 watts on those 12 GPUs. So efficiency matters a lot for me. You know, and other people come with cheap power. They don't care what they run. They crank everything up and they have infrastructure and all sorts of stuff. But, you know, this is just, you know, the way I look at things and the way I mine crypto. And it definitely comes down to running pretty efficient. That's why I run other slots in here. You may have seen this one right here. You know, hash per 30 amp. So example, a 30 amp in theory at the 80% rule, that is 5,700 watts. You know, you can't, I sometimes run around 6,000. Now max is 7,200 watts. You don't really want to max it out because then if you get a power surge or something goes wrong, you're going to blow something up and that's going to be a bad day. But just taking, you know, hash per 30 amp, about 5,700 watts worth, you take these efficiencies into play and it matters a lot. So let's just take for an example here, we're doing 2.36 megahash per watt here. So let's look at Gold Shell's miner, for example, here, 1.88. I think I have this backwards or something. I'm not sure. I got to figure out where. So 4.3 gigahash at 660 watts. So I'm going to go, let's go 5,700. I'm going to divide that by, you know, 1,800 watts here. So we can get about 3.16. So 3 of these things online. So 3.4 gigahash times 3. You're going to get 10.2 gigahash. Look at that. 10.2 gigahash. It should be in the top line here, but you're going to get 10.2 gigahash at about 50. So let's just go 3 now. I'm just going to go 3 because it's only 3. You can get 3.1 something on there. And then we're going to times that by 1,800 watts. You know, that's 5,400 watts. And this is where things really start to add up. So now if I was to load up that 30 amp breaker with all these Gold Shell miners right here at 3.4 gigahash, I'd only be getting 10.2 gigahash at 5400 watts. Well, you could already see my L9. It's using 3300 watts. Well, 3360 it says here at the wall. It is about 3300. I'm getting 15 gigahash already with only 3300 watts. Like, what? Or 15 yeah, 15.5 gigahash or whatever. So you can see what's happening now. If we go with the alpha packs or dealio here, so that's 600 watts. Let's go 5700, divide that by 600. So that's 9.5. So we're just going to round that to 9. And I'm going to times that now by 2. We're going to get 18 gigahash. So this guy right here would be getting 18 gigahash at, now we'll look at our power here. So we're getting... So crap, I gotta do it over again. 5,700. How many was that? 9 divided by 600. So yeah, 9.5. So we're gonna go 9 times 600. So that's at 5,400 watts again. So here's 5,400 watts. So look at the difference here between these. Loading up on gold shell miners, which are also more expensive for the hash rate you get, you're only gonna get 10.2 gigahash at 5,400 watts. You load up on the alpha packs here, which is, you know, the cheapest to even get to this level out of all three of these miners, you're going to get 18 gigahash at the same amount of power. The same amount. These are the numbers I always run when I look at miners. This is what matters to me because you're getting so much more profits for that single watt of power that you're actually utilizing. I feel this is overlooked by so many people when looking at it. They just look at price of a miner and think that's the way to go because it's cheap. Well, that's not always the best way to go. You think, oh, it's faster ROI. It's fast. No, it's not a faster ROI if it's not making anything and using more power or something. You're losing long term and you're just tricking yourself thinking it's a good idea because it's cheaper. That's not necessarily the case. You got to look at the efficiencies and how much you can get. Now, what would the difference in profitability be here? So let's just have a look here now. 18 gigahash versus 10.2 here would obviously be 18.2 minus 10. 0.2. Oh, I guess that would have been an easy. Oh, wait, this is 18 minus 10.2. So that is 7.8 gigahash free. So you're essentially getting 2 of a gold shell miners on free power loading it up this way. And it's also going to be cheaper to get that same amount of hash rate as well. So looking at my profitability stuff here, let's just have a quick peek here. Do I have one with bells in here? Now, bells, I don't really care about bells personally. It's going to be dropping 90% in emissions here soon anyway. But just looking at current profitability, bells, like, okay, I got them right here. So now let's just take a look at all of these. So let's go to Doge. Doge is at 1.33 petahash. So let's just go boom, boom, boom. Doge 1.33 petahash. So 1.33. Current price is, oh, it went up quite a bit here. So we're at 14.2 currently. 14.2. All right, let's take a look at Litecoin, which is right here. This is at 1.3 pet, which makes sense. It should be around the same amount of hash rate because, you know, you're merge mining. Most of the pools are merge mining this now. And we're sitting at a price of, what are we at here? 74.73, 74.73, 74.73. Bam. And now we're going into some Bells coin. And Bells is at 1.26 here. 1.26 on the network. Current price is $1.40. $1.40. All right. So now what was our hash rate difference here? 7.8 gigahash. So now we're just going to adjust this to 7.8 gigahash. This is how much extra hash rate you'd be getting if you load it up on these. Control C. So this is what you're missing out on. So here we go. For the exact same amount of power that you would be using here, you know, buying up all the gold shell miners for 5,400 watts, you get 10.2 gigahash. And then if you were to load up on the AlphaPax here, AlphaPax, I butcher that name, you'd be getting 18 gigahash at 5400 watts, which is 7.8 gigahash more for the same amount of power. So here's how much profit you're throwing out on the table loading up with gold shell miners. So here we can see essentially you're losing $11.19 a day for the same amount of power. This is free power added on, just not using gold shell. So on top of, obviously you're going to have to take off your, your total amount for power costs and stuff. But this is free power right here you're losing by buying gold shell, and you're spending more. So $11.19 a day currently on Dogecoin, $1.52 on Litecoin, and 27 cents on Bell's coin, for a total of $12.99 today is money you're throwing out because you bought gold shell miners instead. And that's where efficiency matters. $13 a day of free power essentially is what you're getting buying all the AlphaPax home miners over the gold shell miners and loading up a 30 amp at 5400 watts. You're using the same amount of power as you would, but you're losing so much hash rate because gold shell miners are not efficient and they suck. So that's crazy. 5400 watts, I could run 1,000 plus phones for that. That's very true. You could definitely run 1,000 plus phones for that probably, but that would take up a lot of room. That would be crazy. I wouldn't put it past you. Retro Mike, you probably have 1,000 plus phone farm, don't you? How many phones do you got? How's your CPU mining doing? You want it? You guys want to see my mining rigs? Here's all my mining rigs right now. Every single one is off. Look, here we go. All my GPUs are off. All my CPUs are off. Everything is turned off right now. I had my CPUs off for a couple of weeks now. I was mining a Leo for a while, but the price is starting to suck on that. And we just look kind of at profitability here where, 4090 is doing okay. But when you come down to the 3070s and stuff, like, I'm not turning on my rigs for only 7-cent power. Like, I'm selling pretty much all my coins to cover my power costs. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to try and have a nice cheap power month this month and, go from there. But, we are seeing things. I'm probably going to be turning on some CPUs again soon and go from there because it does look like the profitability on them is picking up over that. There are some coins that are in the background for GPUs that seem to be doing okay right now, but I haven't tried doing any setups or anything for that, but we'll see what happens, moving forward. But yeah. Crazy stuff. I don't really got anything on right now, but I am looking at turning them back on. So let's kind of go into the bull run stuff right now. Now, are you guys excited for the bull run? For sure. I know we all are. Now, one thing we got to keep in mind, I really, it's up in the air still, obviously, if it's actually beginning or not. I do think we'll know in December. December will be a telltale sign that we're in full-fledged bull run, capabilities here. Where's the proper one? So let's just show you now, I go through this quite a bit. There might be someone new here. So, it's always good to bring some information to someone new. But let's kind of go through this. Here is 2021 here. I believe that's 2021. So 2020 leading to 2021. In the cycle years, in theory, 2020 is the same as right now, 2024. Everything spiked in 2021. Everything will spike next year in 2025, just like it did back in 2017. Crypto seems to play around in a 4-year cycle. Ignore the news, ignore everything else that's going on. Next year, things are going to go kaboom, and it's going to be pretty crazy. But now, when does this all start? And here we can see, I just want to zoom in a bit more now. Everyone was calling October, and October is technically, a true thing. Where are we at here? 2021, I don't want quite that far. There's February and stuff. Bring it back a bit. All right, so here we are. Right now, here's October. We can see we're pretty flat, and October does, start the incline. It's very small, and that's what we're seeing right now. It is very small. We're starting to see some green, and we're kind of getting excited. But we really got to wait till December, because in December is when we're actually going to see things really start to go. And here we can see December 12th. That's when it starts picking up steam, and that's why I think by Christmas time this year we will know if we're leading into a major bull market, which I think we will be, but December is when the rallies really start. And you can see here in December leading in, we're up. Like, here's Bitcoin last time, 18,000, 32,000 by January 3rd. Hey, that's my birthday. January 3rd is my birthday, guys. So you guys going to get me something for my birthday? Anything? Like, my birthday's coming up. I'm turning like 13 and a half. Just kidding. But my birthday is coming up January 3rd. But yeah, It's very exciting. But look at this. We almost doubled. In the month of January, we almost doubled. 18, it would have been 36,000, so not quite double. But you can see it's a huge run up. So December of this year is when we should start to see things really start to move. Yeah, October is October. We've seen something move up, 5%. Yay, big deal. We've seen that happen in bear markets all the time. So, it is nice to see that October is starting to come up. But the big deciding factor, I think, is when we wait till December this year. And once we see, if we see this happening by the end of the year, get ready. Party hats on. Ready to roll. Everyone's going to be multi-billionaires. Well, maybe not. We don't know. But the big thing here, and obviously, it wraps up and it just goes crazy from that point on. Here we have 60,000 coming in from an 18,000, 14,000 here. Right now we're at 60,000. We're probably going to see $150,000 to $200 possible Bitcoin, which is going to be insane. Another thing is, XMR is another one I think is going to do great. Obviously, what the heck? Why did you do this to me? Where's dark mode? Why do you do that? XMR, I love XMR, privacy tokens and stuff. But I seen someone in my Discord earlier today. They said the way XMR is doing things, it's going to take a massive bull run, and I don't think it has a chance to ever hit 400. But it's like everyone seems to forget everything. Everyone's been stuck in the bear market for the past who knows how long. Get your head out of the clouds, guys. This is crypto. The cycle's coming in. Insane, crazy things begin to happen. And look at this. Monero 2016 was under $1. Under $1 in 2016. It went to $8 and it comes back down. It goes up to $12 and it came back down to only $1 or $2 somewhere in here. But anyway, the point is here, we're under $1 in 2016. It went up to $12, $20, down to $10, whatever, and then it shot up to $456 because 2017, actually this is 2018, it happened a little bit after that. So it was a late bloomer. Here's 2017, it went to 419, then slightly peaked in January, which was just after. But point here is it launched and skyrocketed. And then it went down to nothing. Oh, Monero's dead. Nothing's happening. We went from $400 and some down to only $40 and $44 and dipped down here to $38. But guess what happened? 2021 came around, over $400 again. And guess what, guys? Here we are again. Oh, Monero's not doing it. There's no chance in hell. Has no chance. Not going to happen. Next year is 2025, guys. I really think Monero will easily push past $400 again. I don't know if it's going to see new all-time highs or not. It didn't hit as high as it did in the previous one, but it shoots past $400 each time. So I really think 400 plus is very viable when it does come to XMR. 100% we'll see plus $400 here. We're going to see botnets out like crazy, and it's going to be insane. Zeph, on the other hand, we have no idea what it's going to do. Obviously, I have a decent bag, and I'm playing pretty hard on this one. Hopefully it does good. It did go over to over $50 earlier. But here we are, like they didn't list it. I wish we had a longer term chart. We don't have a longer term chart here to kind of look at Zeph since it came out. But the point is, it's been doing some things. The past week here is going back up again. Looking at the cycles, Zeph has never seen a bull run. We're sitting at $2. Remember, Monero was under $1. And then in 2016 and 2017, it shot to over 400. So does Zeph have the possible chance? My bags are preying on it. Who knows if it's going to happen or not. Maybe it'll see $50 again if we're lucky. But maybe it'll go to 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, $10,000. I don't know. That's a little high. I'm just exaggerating beyond belief right there. But, that crazy things happen. And that's what happens in bull runs. And next year, it's going to be a very exciting, insane, crazy time. Are you guys ready for this? Zeph Luna 2.0. Or that, that could definitely well be a thing too. Oh man, let's hope not. I hope not. My bags don't hope not. RTM peed you off. RTM, yeah, who knows? I hope that thing does some crazy stuff here. It's looking pretty rough. But again, we don't know until next bull run. Let's look at RTM, obviously. Let's go into this. Come back. So when did this, do its spike? That was in November of 2020. So about the time Bitcoin was spiking. Remember with GR coins and stuff though, any GR coin, this is when nodes firstly came online and there was a big buying frenzy to get those nodes up and running, because the profitability, this was making at this here, just before the big spike here, there's only like 1 mega hash online on the network. And the price was, well, we could see 1 cent here. And it was making like 3 times more than a 3090 was on Ethereum. A single 3900X was like $15 a day or something. It was insane. And then everyone started getting into it. You know, a hype train moved up, nodes came online, and obviously that causes a buying frenzy. And then after that, you know, the market starts to die. That's how altcoins work. This is how altcoins work. Dogecoin did the same thing as this, which we saw previously here. Let's just go, boom. And we can see like, bam. There we go. Boom, and then, you know, right down to nothing. Obviously, Doge has been doing things, not flatline. But this is how altcoins do perform. They're dead. They're literally dead until they're not. And then they come back. So, you know, there is still a chance we could see Raptorium. Obviously, I'm hopeful for it. But we could see this again. You know, nothing is dead. I feel anywhere between 2022 to the start of 2025 next year is null and void. Who cares what was happening all in here? Everything is dead until it's not. Let's just take a look at another coin here. Let's try Ergo for an example. Come into here. We'll go to the, what is that saying? Data before July depicts Ergo's first year token something. I don't know. Point here is, though, we can see, you know, up and then dead. Up and then dead. But like, point is, here's even 2017. It spiked to $19 and then it's been, you know, pretty rough. 12 cents. Look at that. $19 to 12 cents. And it's been hanging out here the entire time. And then 2021 came along and boom, look at that. Back up to $18. And guess what? We're back down to 65 cents, you know, down to, where did it dip the lowest here? I don't even know. Right here somewhere? Though $1.17, you know, 90 cents, under $1. But the point is here, next year, Ergo is going to be the same thing. We're probably going to see it skyrocket back to around $18. All this stuff in between these gaps here, null and void. This is how you run the crypto altcoin season. These are altcoins. They're not going to last an entire year. They're going to last 1 month. They're going to pump and they're going to dump. And I think that's how Kaspa, this is how the Kaspa chart's going to look too. I have a big feeling about it. It's not the next Bitcoin. It's not the next magical maker. It's going to pump and then it's probably going to be dead for another 4 years again. So, you know, this is how the cycles play out. They only pump in these time frames. Magic money flows in from anywhere. And the only thing you can do is have your bag ready and be ready for it. It doesn't mean, oh, Ergo's up to $18, turn all my rigs on and start mining it. Well, you can do that, but you're not really going to make anything. It may look profitable, but it's going to be dead very fast. You got to look into the coin that hasn't pumped yet, mine that before it does pump. And that takes luck and gambling and so on. But we have all sorts of coins. You know, I expect Zealous to do great things. Raven coin will pump again. ETC will pump again. Octa.Space has not seen a bull market yet, so I imagine that could see some insane highs. Personally, I'm hoping for $20 to $30 Octa.Space, and it's just going to be insane. Next year, it's just going to be crazy times, guys. Absolutely crazy times. But what also comes with that is scammers. Be ready for scammers. Be ready for massive rug pulls. Just be ready for heavy greed dominating things. You got to be very careful. When coins start pumping, everyone's going to be saying it's going to keep going higher. Wait for your gut feeling. Sell. Just be ready to sell. That's all you can really do, and be ready for it and be there. You know, everyone's going to be saying it's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. It's going higher. Ignore all them. Who cares what they're saying? Go with your gut feeling. If the profits are there, if it hits a level you are ready and comfortable for and stuff, it's okay to sell your coins because it's going to die. It's guaranteed pretty much going to die because that's the way these altcoin seasons play out. Wi-Fi money go burr. Yeah, that's another thing too, is staking. Like, I know a lot of people have staked up in nodes. You got locked in for stuff. You know, you got 6-month lock-in periods, 1 month, 1 year lock-in periods. If you're starting to get to the point where your lockup period is almost over, hopefully you are. But I think by January, you're going to want to have all your locked up stuff gone in your wallets. Get out of staking. Get out of everything. You do not want to miss it. If you're locked up and your coin that you have locked up starts to pump and then you're still locked in for another 2 or 3 months, it's over. You're done for. You're going to have to wait another 4 years to sell that coin because it's going to die again. So be ready for that. Obviously, when January comes, I'm probably going to actually record the video and being like, hey, guys, get your crap out of staking. I don't care what coin it is. You've got a Flux node going. I don't care. Gone. Into the wallet you go. You got any node going, anything happening, unless you can unlock it, like Raptorium nodes and stuff, you can simply hit the unlock button in your wallet and then you can transfer it. So you can instantly get it out. Now, if you're in iNodes, you do have to wait for a 1 month unlock period if you don't want to pay any fees, or you can get it in a week or two if you pay an extra fee. So you can get it out fairly fast when it comes to iNodes, and obviously staking or running a smart node or something, the best way to do it is try to get as many coins as you can to run your own node. That way you can instantly just unlock it and send them. So there's options available, and just look into the coin you're staking, see if there's lockup periods, and just be ready to pretty much withdraw and go to the moon. Don't be locked into staking and then the coin crashes. Yeah, exactly. That's what you don't want. It's going to pump, you're locked up, and you're going to watch it pump and you're going to watch it dump again if you are locked into something. So just don't be locked in. We're going to see exchanges go down. We're going to see things go under. It's going to become another insane time in crypto. And it's time to buckle up and be ready, because it is right around the corner. December, I think, is going to be a key indicator on, are we going to start exploding as early as, the end of the year here? And I think we will. And then that means we're going to see altcoins here, some of them hitting all-time high. Some could hit as early as January. That means in 3 months' time, the peak of the season is going to begin on some of these coins. January, we don't know which one it'll be. It'll be different each time. Each month will be 1 or 2 different coins popping off like crazy. It's going to be insane. January it could be Raven coin. February it could be Zealous. And March it could be something else. March could have Ergo and another coin at the same time. The thing is, we don't know which month which coin is going to pop off, but they're going to start popping, and it's going to start getting absolutely insane. All you guys got to do is pay attention to the markets sometime starting in January and just be ready for it. It's going to be pretty insane times. You guys ready? Seriously, let me know in the live chat. Are you guys pumped up? Are you ready for this? The season has finally come. We've gone through, pretty much 3.5, 4 years of a bear market, and it sucked. Absolutely sucked. We're getting ready for the peak season again. And honestly, if it wasn't for you guys are 100% the most important to me as a community and everything, because you guys got me through. Bear markets, no one really watches YouTube or nothing anymore. But when I go through the statistics and stuff, 55 to 60% of all my views over the past year and some has all been from the subscribers. That's where organic growth on a channel and everything really plays off and stuff. You need that organic growth and, the community, and, channels are only as strong as their communities. So I have 100% thanks to all of you guys out there watching this live stream right now as well. So, awesome on you guys. We've been sitting tight, waiting for this to happen for so long, and we're right around the corner. You guys ready to kick down that door and start capitalizing on all your earnings that you've finally been building your bags for? Because it's coming. It's coming. You have about 210,000 or 21,000? 1, 2, 3, 21,000 Raven. Nice. 21,000 Raven rocking away there. Scaper is back from his holiday here. Thank God Rabid CPUs are off. I'm getting better returns. I am pumped. Thank you for all you do. Awesome. Zapirate has been a member for 11 months of the Wolfpack. Mine, hodl, dump. This is the way. Yeah. Who cares about, the tech? I'm not in it for any tech. I'm in it for profitability. I know all you miners are out there for profitability as well. Some of you guys might love to just support a chain. I don't. I go to where the profits are, and that's the same thing. A lot of people are using power laws and saying, oh, the price will go up with Kaspa because there's so much hash rate and power being used for it. It only makes sense. No, the only reason that is happening is because ASICs hit, and we're still getting the high demand of all those ASICs for that turning on. So now they're finally turning on. The price is not going to match that. Now we're waiting. What happens is more miners will be sold at this point, because no one's really buying Kaspa miners anymore, because it's not that profitable like it was, because the hash rate's too high. The price has not been following it at all. And then once the price starts picking up, hash usually follows price. So once Kaspa starts moving up, then people might start looking into miners again if profitability is looking decent. The only issue with Kaspa is their emissions are absolutely trash. I hate Kaspa emissions 100%. They claim it is a way better option, way easier on the miners. They're saying, and they strictly say easier on the miners because it's a small reduction every month. But they failed to point out that, their emissions is 4 times faster in Bitcoin. And I'm using Bitcoin because they're comparing it with Bitcoin. No one can compare anything with Bitcoin, but they're trying to for some stupid reason here. And they're claiming that it's much better than Bitcoin because it's a small increment every month. But it's actually 4 times faster. It happens a full halving event every 1 year. So each small increment every month is a full halving 1 year. Bitcoin halves every 4 years, not every year. So this is 4 times faster. So it is not easier on miners. It is not better for miners. It is worse for miners. The only people who capitalized on Kaspa is whoever got in very, very early. And that could cause major issues moving forward because, as I mentioned earlier in this live stream, it is going to turn to a very, very centralized chain. As those block rewards start to dip below 40 Kaspa per block, people are not going to be mining it. A lot of people are shutting off already because they're done with Kaspa and this emission schedule because it's not really paying anybody anything at all anymore. Obviously, if the price picks up, we're going to change our tones and be like, yes, this is awesome. But by next bear market, I really don't think there's going to be many miners left for mining Kaspa. What do we got here? Zane A pool mining mineable Cubica. So I don't know that language. Is that Latin? Mining cubic though, by the sounds of it. Started mining with a RX 560 4GB in 2019. Turned that card into 10 GPUs, a laptop, and a couple ASICs. Nice. See, yeah, that's the way it goes. And even though GPU, I always get kind of stuttered there and stuff, but don't sell your hardware. A lot of people, they did capitalize in Ethereum. Obviously, when GPU hardware went up, a lot of people sold. And they made a lot of money off selling that hardware. For sure, that's awesome. But when it comes to GPUs and CPUs, I recommend, trying to keep them because now, when mining starts to pick up again, then you got to go out and buy your hardware again. Now, obviously, most people 4 years ago, they probably, once they sold their hardware, they probably spent all that money. They don't have any more money now to go out and just buy the GPUs again, or they have to, and, then they start the ROI process over. All this hardware I have is ROI. There's no extra cost, Obviously, the odd 7950X and stuff I just recently bought in the past couple months and stuff, that hasn't ROI'd yet. But the point is here, having your hardware long term, everything's pretty much ROI'd. So you're not buying more hardware to turn on. Now, what I do like to do sometimes is obviously, I might sell, my 3060 Ti's and 3070s and stuff. Same thing I did, 4 years ago when I had a bunch of Polaris GPUs and 580s. I sold all those, and then, I just upgraded to 3000 series because those were the more efficient cards. I maintained about the same amount of hash rate, but I lost 50% of my GPUs. But I maintained the hash rate, and I increased my efficiency levels. And I'm probably going to do the same thing. Now, in this case, I might sell off 20 GPUs or so and only get 1 or 2 GPUs, but in theory, I'm probably also going to pick up my hash rate by quite a bit and run a lot more efficient because 5090s are going to be insane. 4090s already hash, over half of my 12 GPU Octa miners. So if I end up selling those and get possible 2 5090s, which also get these giant mem boosts and stuff, I'm probably going to double my hash rate almost over, the current 15, 20 GPUs that I have just with those 2 or possible 3 GPUs of 5090s because they are going to be absolute beasts. But we got to wait for them, and they're going to be really hard to get. But that's how I transition. Then, I don't care about ROIing because I just pretty much bought the hardware either with crypto or with a hardware I already had, which paid off. So there's no really ROI process in that. You're just, swapping out and upgrading for pretty much no cost by doing it that way, not just going out and selling and then have to rebuy everything and then be scared that you're never going to ROI and blah, 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 blah. So that's how I run my operation and kind of what I do. So do you guys think that makes sense? Or would you rather just sell everything off? Because I don't like to just sell everything off because once people get money in their pockets, they spend it on stupid things. They'll go out, okay, I'm going to go buy 100 pizzas. I'm going to go buy a new car. I'm going to go, take a vacation somewhere. Vacations are good, but personally, I think they're a waste of money myself. I'm perfectly fine not going on vacations ever. I'm happy where I am. It's quiet. We got nature and wildlife all around me. I don't need to go on a vacation. And we live in Canada. I got the mountains a couple hours away from me and stuff, location dependent, but Canada is an amazing country. I don't need to go to France or anything else. Like, why waste the money? You know, just sit here, relax, and do your thing. And you hear it all the time on the news too, where, oh, someone just won the lottery. They got $10 million. And then you hear 3 years later they're broke. Why? Because they paid everything off. They went and bought fancy stuff. When all you got to do is sit there, pay your bills normally, and you don't have to worry about things. Like, so, you know, this is my mentality on everything. I don't care about big fancy things. I don't care about Lambos. You know, we talk about, yeah, when are we going to get our Lambos? RTM's going to buy me 10 Lambos. I'm never going to buy a Lambo. Even if I made over, you know, a couple $1 million in a bull run, I'd probably buy a new Honda Civic. Like, I don't care. I care about gas efficiencies. That's about it. It's about, you know, I don't need fancy things to survive. You know, I just like to be comfortable. So that's just me. What do we got here? What do we got? You were referring to Pat? No, I'm not. I'm not referring to Panda at all. I'm just referring to having money in your pocket, where people saying, you know, selling your hardware where it's, you know, super expensive. I mean, people like to burn you. The mental of people, you know, just having money in your pocket, people like to burn it. And that's where, you know, a lot of people have issues. And it's no one's fault. If you think about it, if you think back from like grade 2 on in schools and stuff, depending on your school, I don't know, curriculums and everything these days are weird, but you know, they teach you to be a consumer from pretty much day one. It's funny how that you're groomed from the first day in school to be a consumer and buy all this, and then you see ads on TV everywhere, and it's always, you know, the economy. They're always talking economy, and all that means is people buying stuff from stores and going out shopping and that. Like, they're programming everyone to just waste your money. Is pretty much what it boils down to in my mind. So just don't do that. You know, people get money in their pocket, they decide to burn it, and that's about it. Where you just sit back, relax. You don't need all these fancy things, and just, you know, relax. That could, you know, and then you don't have all the stress. People are stressed out all the time over money, but are you out there buying dumb things all the time? Do you get any things you don't want or need just because you want to have something? Like, are you worried what people think about you? Like, these are things that you should not care about at all, in theory. But yeah, that's me. I don't even know how we got into this rant, totally off base of everything. But yeah, you know, this is part of, you know, looking for efficiencies, get what you need and things like that. I like to invest a lot in lead and brass. See, that's one thing, you know, things like that. That's okay. That's all right if you do that. Smoothly adjusted. Rabid mining. Canadians are cheap. Stay up there. Oh, man. Bull Run 2025. Mall order. Mail order. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. Retro mic. Retro. Forget the Civic. Get the new Prelude. I haven't looked at the Prelude. I like Civics, though. I like Civics. I currently got a Toyota, so I want to go over to Honda for a bit. Invite me to your Discord since your verification bot is broke. Tried joining a few times. Did you? I just adjusted. Did you go Wayne Mining? Try clicking in /verify. See if that helps. If it doesn't, yeah, send me a DM and I can help you through. But I'm trying to find an easier way for people to join without allowing too many bots to access it, because some bots are still getting in. A lot of people are still getting in perfectly, but for some reason, I don't know, they're just not receiving the DM to actually do the CAPTCHA to verify. So I'm not sure what's going on there, if it's on my Discord's end, if it's on your own user settings. But try the /verify command in the verify channel to see if that works or not. Oh, you messaged me a few times. Yeah, I got like hundreds of backed up DMs, and every couple of days, you know, I'd go through them and I skim through to see who needs access and stuff like that, or what's going on. But yeah, back order. I'm backlogged all over the place. I'll try to look into it. I'll try to find you. Kaser is a bot. AI bots are getting smarter. Yeah, they are. The bots are getting very smart these days. Rabid, when moon? I don't know. Sometime next year, depending on your coin. We don't know. We can't pinpoint exact, you know, months and dates for a coin. We can't pinpoint the main core coins. Bitcoin and stuff will most likely moon to the all-time high. Well, it'll be, you know, there'll be a bunch of all-time highs, but the absolute all-time high of the cycle will probably be around the end of next year for Bitcoin. So, you know, October, November, December. 2013, it happened in January. 2017, it happened in December. 2021, it peaked in November. So based on those stats, next year could possibly be a peak in October because it's been 1 month sooner each time. But I would go with an October, November as a guesstimate of Bitcoin's peak on that, because, you know, we don't know for sure, but it's going to be roughly around that time frame. So we'll see. So in theory, you know, Bitcoin could be hitting its peak 1 year from right now, for all we know, but we don't know for sure. We'll just have to wait. How do you like the CMP card so far? I don't know. I think it's overhyped personally. I still have some couple more algorithms to try, like Fish Hash, which is Iron Fish, and what's that other block? No, not Block X. That was Ergo. What else uses? Oh, Carlson uses Fish Hash now. So those 2 coins on Fish Hash. I got to try out that algorithm. What else do I got to try here? I got to try Raven coin. It's probably not going to be that good because it's core based, but still, you know, we'll try it anyway. And then I believe there's Dynex is still there. And I think then I'll have them all covered. But so far, everything I tried, you know, it's just looking like it's an overhyped GPU because it's just cheap. So we kind of talked about that earlier. Just because something cheap doesn't mean it's a good idea. And on top of that, it's not going to have any resale value because the only people you can sell those cards to is going to be miners. So, you know, if miners are quitting or you're trying to sell hardware, miners aren't going to be buying mining cards. So, you know, I'm up in the air on, you know, so far I'm not too impressed with it. I'm impressed that it's cheap for what you get, for sure. But, you know, when it comes to trying to upgrade your farms and your GPUs and stuff later on, I feel they're going to be left laying on the floor while you're upgrading other GPUs that people actually want, you know, swapping over with gamers and things like that, because a gamer's not going to buy a CMP card. So far, that's my experience on that card so far. I truly feel myself that it's just been an overhyped GPU for not really a good reason, because it's not really that good yet, but I still have a couple algorithms to try. But then even if it ends up being good on 1 or 2 of those other coins I got to try, you're still limited to this GPU only being good for something. And it wasn't the whole point of GPU mining is access to mine anything you want, not be stuck. You may as well buy an ASIC if you want to be stuck mining one GPU coin on the GPU that you got for cheap. So, you know, so many different things. Obviously, when I'm done all these algorithms, I'll have my final decision video on the CMP and my reasons behind it. But currently, I'm just leaning towards it's an overhyped GPU, and I don't think it's that good. But we'll see. We'll see what happens moving forward. Thanks all you do. I just joined. Is the bull run finally closing in? Not Addy. No, not yet. Not yet. We're close. It is starting. You know, key takeaways from this live stream so far is December. We should start seeing things really start to move in December for Bitcoin and core-based coins, which obviously drives the main market in general. And then, you know, Bitcoin will peak sometime at the end of next year, and altcoins should be popping off, you know, next year. Like every month, we'll see a new coin hit all-time high. So it's gonna be insane. CMP will drop in price soon. Yeah, well, they're already pretty cheap, like $149. Well, it's hard to get now, but like the 100, 210, like they're only $149 right now. Like that's pretty cheap. Remember in the 170s first released, they were like what? They're over $5,000 when Ethereum stuff was around. Now they're down to like $800, and they'll probably come down a bit more. But the bottom line still matters. You know, they have great memory, yes, but you know, I really think 5090s is going to change the way we mine crypto. With the only reason the 4000, only reason the 3000 series still were decent is because the 4000 series had garbage memory. They didn't give any extra memory. They added memory into it, yes, but there's no extra speed there. You weren't getting an extra bandwidth speed. You're mining like a 4090 mined memory coins, basically the same as a 3090. The hash rates were fairly close together because they didn't get any memory boost, but they got a massive core boost. So we saw a lot of the core-based coins like Kaspa and stuff emerge. And yeah, you know, core-based dominated. Now, moving forward, it still might be core-based stuff here, but the odd memory coins that left the 3000 series still decent on coins is now we're going to see 5090s release, and they are getting a big boost in the memory on top of yet a bigger core base over the 4090. So now we're going to have a major dominant GPU that's supposed to be releasing. It's still speculation. We have to see numbers and test it and stuff to see how it does truly do. But based on speculation and looking at this, there's a chance that the 5090 will change mining. And people are saying, oh, it's too expensive. It's not worth buying. I don't want to get this. I'd rather get a bunch of $140 mining cards and things like that. But if this thing can blow everything away, you're going to remain profitable for the entire next bear market too, probably, because everyone with all these crap GPUs will have to turn off because it won't be profitable unless you have free power. So again, just kind of how we went through efficiency numbers, looking at the script stuff in there, the same principle applies. Just because it costs more, it might cost more for a reason. It's probably going to dominate all those cheaper cards, which are going to have to remain off and not make anything anyway. Why would I spend $200 on something that's always red when I could spend, $2,000 on something and it's always profitable, and it'll probably be pretty decent profits as well because it's going to be a pretty beastly GPU. And then on top of that, you have the options for some of the AIs and the renting out or Core AI and all that stuff, where this thing could be making $15 to $20 a day on those type of platforms. So I think there's a lot more usability coming into 5090s, and the 5080s, they all look like they're probably going to not be that great anyway. And 59 is probably the only GPU we want. But again, we'll have to wait to see how all those numbers play out. But that's just how I'm currently looking at everything in the future. I'm probably just getting rid of most of my GPUs, swapping them into 5090s, and go from there and see what the next generation of mining really looks like. 5090 going to cost a lot more than 2K. See, I don't know. I think it might actually be pretty close to what the 4090 was. People forget, 4090 released cheaper than the 3090 did at MSRP. But Ethereum was around, obviously, when 3090 came out, and there's a shortage and stuff. The 4090 released, it blew things away. The 5090, memory's cheap these days. Everything is cheap. Obviously, NVIDIA could play the market and drop some type of, what's it called? A fake shortage to keep prices up, because they did do that in previous years as well, as they didn't release them to stores and they kept them in stock, so they sold out all the time to keep prices high. They didn't want to flood the market with them, and then prices would have to come down. So, NVIDIA does have some pretty scammy marketing techniques which could keep prices higher. But at the same time, we saw the leaks out there. They could be anywhere from 2,100 to 2,500 USD and stuff. But was it Kopaiti, or I can't remember how you say his name, but he declared that he is a leaker that I trust a lot, and he said they're going to be a lot cheaper than what that leak actually says. He says that's a fake leak that came in from Moore's Law. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how it actually plays out. I feel that they might be a little more expensive, but they might only, what's the current 4090 is what, $1,599 USD. So yeah, I think they might be anywhere from maybe $18 to $2,000 USD, which would be around 22 to 2,500 Canadian. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with pricing ours, but I don't think they're going to be expensive as so many people think. At the same time, you're getting a card worth almost $2,000. That's still going to be out of the price range, and people are going to shake their heads before trying to pick up something like that, especially for crypto mining. But, I really feel that's what you're going to want to do if you really want to maintain profitability moving into the next bear markets and so on, if you truly want to remain a GPU miner. But we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. That's just my 2 cents, and I could be 100% wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll just have to, wait and see how it all plays out. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, there it is. Copite 7 Kaimi. That's or other leakers said that it's possible the 5090 can be priced similar or a few $100 higher. Yeah, that's what I read too from him, and he is one of my most trusted leakers, I believe. And that's where I'm feeling, it's not going to be as expensive as everybody claims that it's going to be. Hi, should I buy L7 miner now? Meow rats. Personally, I would look for L9s right now. L7s are going to be dated. Yes, they're going to start looking cheaper, but L9 is technically almost double the efficiency of an L7. L7s have done their part. They're getting outdated. It all comes down to your power price. If you got cheap power, then for sure, an L7 would definitely be worthwhile. But we're also seeing, other companies. We're seeing, Alphapex, example. There's some other companies out there making Doge miners. We're seeing a lot more companies other than just Bitmain and Goldshell getting into Doge mining now. So there's also going to be a lot more miners coming in. And again, when that happens, efficiency is always what matters. And that's where L9s and stuff do hit the top of that notch. Can you chat BTC, please, and more upside this weekend? I'm not really sure what's going to be happening this weekend, but, like I said, December. We got to wait for December. That's the only way we're really going to know how this is going to play out here. When was this? Okay, Yeah, 2021. Boom. That's when it peaked here. Obviously, we're higher than that now, but December. We got to wait for December, guys. December will be a telltale point of when we do that. What was it for? Let's just go past 1 year. What was the all-time high it hit? 73, and we're at 68. We're almost at a new all-time high. It's going to be very interesting times. But again, I think we'll definitely blow past and start a new all-time high by December here for sure. And then from there, it's just the sky's the limit. We're going to be going insane. Would be careful with that new Kaspa fork. Asterix, Dev's got a 200 million. Yeah, Asterix not looking too good. I know some people are pumping the crap out of that coin, but I don't know, guys. I'd be skeptical of Asterix for sure. Be very careful with that one. Same with that other one. What is it? Verum. You guys heard about that one? Verum? I can't remember. I got to bring up Discord for this. But anyway, so there's another, is it GPU or CPU? I can't freaking remember now, but Verum, sound like they got attacked and all the servers went down there a couple days ago, but it's new, not listed really anywhere yet. But Nolium, do you guys have ever heard of Nolium? That was a rug pull or something. It sounds like it's the same dev that's running the new fork Verum. And some people, again, I cannot confirm that. I actually want to try it later, but people have been going into the Discord and mentioning, aren't you the same guy as Nolium or whatever like that? And then they're getting banned and blocked, and supposedly that term is blocked from the Discord. So that's just looking red flag sketchy for sure. But, I want to go in there for sure and ask myself, be like, hey, and then I want to see if I get banned or not. And that'll be a good tester there. Or maybe use an alt account, go in there and get banned. Or maybe one of you guys, go join that Discord and tell me if you get banned. For saying, are you the same as Nolium, or are you gonna rug pull like your last coin Nolium, or say something like that and see what happens? And I'm curious, because yeah, it's looking rough. Don't fall. Pyron, yeah, Pyron's getting delisted. The delisting announcements went out on MEXC and some other exchanges. So yeah, if you got any, I don't know if you can still deposit anywhere, but if you got any Pyron, get it somewhere and sell it, because it's going to be over. Not financial advice, do your own thing. Maybe Pyron will come back and everyone will go to the moon. I doubt it, but just do your own thing. But it sounds like delisting notifications are going out on multiple exchanges. It will be gone, and we'll just have to see. Now, there is a chance the community could pick it up. I don't know if anyone in the community is actually going to, but there's always those chances out there. But I wouldn't bet the farm on it. Rabid Mining, do you remember Selvium, the XMR fork? Yes, I do remember that one, and I do believe the X5 could mine that one. But let's take a look. How is that doing lately? I haven't looked at that one for a while. What do we got here, Selvium? How you doing? How you doing these days? Oh, not too hot. So you're down to only 5 cents. All right. Yeah, I haven't really followed this one too much. Whoa, what are all these hash swings coming in from? Oh yeah, Cryptex does the switching thing. So yeah, that could definitely be profit switching happening right there. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into that for a while. Be interesting to see the profitability. What was the hash rate on that? 105 mega hash. That's actually, for 4,000 coin, that's pretty decent. What's that at for hash rate? So this is 14,586. Yeah, I don't know. I have to keep an eye on things. But I'm thinking about turning my CPUs back on. I'm just debating what I should turn them on to. All right, we've been here for a little while, guys. Rabid, look at the latest SRB miner upgrade for this Kualahala coin. I don't know, whatever that one is. What do we got here? Okay, let's go SRB miner. Is that the one that released 2 days ago? Is that the one that just released 2 days ago? 3 days ago. Yeah, Wallahala hash. Fixed algorithm, Asterix hash. So that sounds like a fork. Wallahala. I can't remember. I heard something about this coin, but I'm not 100% sure what it was. I don't know. I haven't looked into that one too much. I heard some things about it. I can't remember if it was good or bad, though. Anyway, guys, thank you for showing up for this live stream. I think it's the last warm day before it starts hitting the minuses and snowing here, so that kind of sucks. So I got to get some yard work done, but I do appreciate all you guys for showing up for this live stream. We'll be back tomorrow for our usual AMA type of operation here, so thank you for coming. I'll see you on the next one.
Rabid out.